Good afternoon.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thank you, Ben. Welcome to Boulder Rotary, the best place to be on a Friday afternoon in Boulder, Colorado. This is my favorite day at Boulder Rotary. It's Lasagna Day. So I hope everyone's enjoying lunch. I'd like to give a quick thanks to Mike Brady for covering for me last week. And I'd also like to welcome all of those out there in Zoom. I think we have about 15 to 17 on Zoom the last I checked. So we are definitely a multi-access club. Now I'd like to have Jerry Walsh introduce the guests here in the room.
Thank you, Chad. I'll start with Val.
Good morning, friends and Rotarians. Val Patterson here. It's an interesting day to visit. I see a lot of people I know. That's lovely. I'm making up for my club, the Flatirons Club. I wasn't able to attend this week, but I'm also here to support my friend Judy Amabile, who is doing a great job. But it is also today, if she were here, would be Virginia Patterson's 97th birthday. So what a happy thought.
Thanks, Val. Do you have a visitor?
I do have a visitor. This is my second time to get to bring David Askey with me. He lives at Fraser, and he is asked to join our group. And I hardly twisted an arm, or I didn't leave any bruises. So this is David.
Other guests? Anyone else have any other guests? Okay.
This is my second time here, and I kind of snuck in. Bill West from Denver, Club 31. I was very much impressed with our meeting last week and the food and the friendship. I'm glad to be back again.
Thank you. Any other guests here today? Okay, great. Thank you very much for coming, and welcome to the best place to be on a Friday afternoon. Enjoy the program.
Thanks so much, Jerry. And I would like to welcome any of our guests on Zoom today. I think we have Dominica again today, if you'd like to say hi.
Yes, hello everybody. With you once again. I'm past President Dominica, Rotary Club of Montego Bay, and it's bright and sunny here today. After about 2 weeks of rain, we're finally having some dry weather.
Thanks so much. And then I think we also have John Vandermeide. Would you like to say hi, John?
Yes, hi from Minneapolis, City of Lakes Rotary Club. I enjoyed being in Boulder. I think it was in September, and I'm coming back again in December. I hope to visit your club. You're a very, very nice club.
Awesome. It was lovely meeting you too. And then I'm not sure if Maria, are you a guest today, Maria?
I am not. It's Maria Rodriguez.
Oh. All righty. Well, it's still nice to have you on.
And Yanni's here too.
Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Welcome to BRC, and I hope you enjoy our program today.
Thank you. Welcome everyone in the room, and welcome to all those on Zoom. Next up, if you guys would take out your raffle tickets, and while you're doing that, this is going to be my last day. Today I'm hanging up my hat as chief auctioneer of the club. We have not one, but two sets of football tickets for tomorrow's game, 1 p.m. against the Washington Huskies. One pair was donated by Dennis Channer. The other was donated by Peter Ewing. So thank both of them for their generosity. And I'd like to auction off the first pair. This is section 120, row 50. I think these are both in similar areas, 50-yard line. I think they're both on the east side of the stadium facing west. So the first section is 120, row 50, seat 24 and 25. Do I hear $20 for the pair of these tickets? This is going for our scholarship fund. This is going directly to the BRCF. $20, CU, Washington Huskies. We got 20 bucks. Do I hear 30? Do I hear 30 bucks? 30 bucks? 20 for you. Next set. Do I hear 20 for these? We got 20 over here. Do I hear 30? 30 bucks? 30 bucks? We got 30. Come on. I got 30. Do I hear 18? Do I hear 18? Nope. Okay. 20 bucks, 20 bucks. You guys got them. Thank you. I don't want to have to do that ever again. Now with the raffle ticket, the ticket number is 724576. It sounds like we have a winner. We do. Thank you for supporting the raffle and for supporting our scholarships. That's where that money goes. So every time you buy a ticket back here, you're doing good. A couple of quick announcements. Share a gift. Next meeting, December 3rd. We are dark for Thanksgiving, so if you show up on Black Friday, nobody's going to be here, no sales, no nothing. We'll see you on December the 3rd. That is the last day to bring a gift for Share a Gift. Share a Gift is a program started by one of our own former members, Joanne Jocelyn, started this. There are approximately 2,000 BVSD kids in our district that are in situations where they may not get a gift this year. So this is to help those kids. We're looking for new toys. We're looking for STEM toys, or we're also looking for cash donations that will, in part, possibly help purchase bicycles for some of these kids. Again, December 3rd is the last date. That's the next meeting, so bring your gifts or money. Then you can also learn more by reading the website at shareagift.org. The second announcement, this is November. This is the Rotary Foundation month. The Rotary Foundation is RI's foundation, not to be confused with the Boulder Rotary Club Foundation. They have very different and separate purposes, and there is a committee of people right now working on communications plans and outlining ways that we can help better communicate those differences. So stay tuned on that. But the Rotary Foundation is very important. It's how we help fight polio. It's how we get money coming back to us from district grants and RI grants. So it's very critical that our club participates in our donations. With that said, we are going to have a special presentation today with TK Smith and some of our newest Paul Harris Fellows.
Thank you. Well, as you see, the theme, as always, doing good in the world. And Rotary's been doing this since 1905. So there's so many reasons to be proud of being a member of this organization. And I want to run through a couple of pieces here. First of all, you should know that this foundation has top marks from Charity Navigator, who is one of the organizations who evaluates charities and their use of the money. And I think we've been top rated for 13 years, which is pretty amazing. And it means that we spend less than 10% of the money raised on fundraising. All of it goes to programs. So you have, I think, very good reason to be a donor and to be a proud donor of the work of Rotary. I've mentioned before the areas of focus, and the newest one is the environment, which just became an area of focus officially in July 1st of last year. I haven't seen the grants that have gone that way, but I hope to be able to share those in future presentations. But we leave almost no serious needs unaddressed. That's one of the beauties of Rotary, and it's a beauty of the club combining with other clubs to have an impact in communities in this country as well as the rest of the world. So our goal is to have every Rotarian participate every year. You're going to hear me talk about every Rotarian every year, almost every time I'm up here. And there are some members of this club who have not yet become a part of every Rotarian every year. I invite you to do so. It can start small. It can be $25 a quarter. It can be relatively small and grow it from there. But I invite you to make this club and this organization, the Rotary Foundation, a part of your philanthropic efforts. And as the note says here, people who gave maybe 25 or 50 bucks, that became over $5 million to the foundation in the most recent Rotary year. You can see $130, $140 million was given to the annual fund, 2,000 global grants, over 2,000. That means Rotary clubs around the world work together to make life better for a good number of people. So what we do, and we try to recognize the contributions of each of you, we call that a Paul Harris Fellow. And you have to have 1,000 recognition points. And keep in mind, this is a cumulative number. If you gave $100 a year, obviously it's going to take 10 years. We've had great support from Michael Weatherwax, who has points to give. So he is, in previous years, and hopefully he will do it again next year, he will match your contribution to get you to the next Paul Harris level, the next 1,000 points. So you can do that directly with your own funds. You can do it in combination, as Michael has done. And that's a fairly easy way to get to your first Paul Harris Fellow. So today we want to award Paul Harris pins, and those of you who are in the room and receiving, if you will come forward, I would appreciate it. And I think you know who you are because I've communicated with you about doing that today. Sally Brown just notified me a little while ago that she's had something come up, so she won't be here today, but we'll make sure she gets her pin. I think Scott Nelson's on his way up. Fred's right here, so why don't we present Fred his Paul Harris 1, his Paul Harris 2, and the certificate that comes with being a Paul Harris Fellow, your first Paul Harris. Why don't you do the handouts? And I thank Deborah Kelly for doing the official work here. So to Fred, congratulations, and thank you, Fred, for your support of the foundation. So up next is Scott Nelson, and you can see Paul Harris plus 6. He has been a very regular participant and contributor, and we're delighted with that. Thank you, Scott. And next, it's a family affair with the Kahns. As you probably also know, Sally and Daryl Brown have been multiple Paul Harris Fellows, so we have Shoni up with her first and Gary up with his second, so Paul Harris plus 1. So thank you both. And Bob Stunkel has been a long-time regular contributor. Thank you and congratulations, Bob. In a club of approximately 210 members, we currently have 127 Paul Harris Fellows, and I invite those of you who are not yet Paul Harris Fellows to think about this as a great place to recognize what you do and what Rotary does. Total from the beginning, this club, going back to the beginning, has given $1.6 million to the Rotary Foundation. I think everybody should be very proud to participate.
Sally is online.
Yeah, Sally's not here, but we're going to... I'm sorry?
On Zoom. If you want to call her on Zoom, I know she's on Zoom right now too.
Sally, you don't get your pin unless you're present in person, but thank you.
There they are.
As you know, and I had mentioned, I've communicated with her that she wasn't going to be here, but I thank you very much. Both of the Browns have been multiple Paul Harris Fellows. They have, they are doing what we invite all Rotarians to do. So, lastly, I want to make a pitch for Rotary Direct. This is the simplest and the most efficient for both you and for Rotary. I have the forms, or I can email them to you. It's very simple. You can set yourself up for a monthly, quarterly, annual, whatever works for you. You can start and stop, can change the amounts, but it is a very, very efficient way. And I invite you to get in touch with me if that appeals to you or if that will work for you. So I thank all of you who are contributing to the foundation, those of you who contributed to polio. That can count toward your Paul Harris Fellow, and we had lots of people contribute to polio. So thank you all for that, and thank you for what you do for the foundation.
Thank you to all the fellows, and thanks Deborah and thanks TK for all the work you do promoting the foundation and making sure that everybody gets their pens and all the work that comes with that. Thanks, Carl, for the wonderful moderation, and thanks to the representatives for your service. You do something that I could never do. It's official. If joining is like moving into 8th grade without knowing anybody, no way, no thank you. Dr. George Russell is back from the Cowboy Poetry Trail, and he has today's birthdays.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have any birthdays, but I do have a poem. It was snowing up in the mountains. It was snowing out on the plains. But there's something about a blizzard that drives a cowboy insane. The blizzard had been going for at least a week or more, and the snow was piled up 4 feet high. Their horses gave out about a mile from the ranch. Lesser men would have had to die. But the two cowboys stumbled into the cabin and brushed off 10 pounds of snow. Wyoming had been covered really deep. It was easily 40 below. They'd ridden for miles through the blizzard to make it to town and back. Their noses were red, their fingers blue, their toes were turning black. They had had a good time at Miss Mona's saloon. Like they did every weekend night, they had danced and gambled and howled at the moon, drank everything in sight. As they huddled around the old wood stove, they turned to each other and said, "Let's go back tomorrow night." "Sure, unless the weather turns bad." Thank you. Well, I want you to be sure and sit at the birthday table when you get a chance, at any time in the month that your birthday's there. And happy birthday, everybody, and it's the best place to sit on a Friday afternoon.
Let's see what the three amigos have in store with the brew.
One of the very best parts of Christmas is Share a Gift. Michelle Carpenter is going to be collecting gifts and money for Share a Gift this year at meetings on November 19th and December 3rd. If you bring a gift to donate, it needs to be new. That's because of COVID-19, and they recommended things like STEM gifts and games as great choices for the kids. you know that even during the epidemic, last year in 2020, Share a Gift served over 740 families, and that is over 1,900 children. And that's all in our community. Much thanks to them. You can also contact Michelle if you have questions. Her email will be on the screen. And I want to give out a big thank you to Michelle for keeping up the great work of Joanne Jocelyn, former BRC member, who's the founder of Share a Gift. And they have been helping families in Boulder since 1972.
So a couple weeks ago, I shared on the announcement video that I bought a bunch of hand puppets that may or may not represent members of the Boulder Rotary Club. I received some feedback from one of the members saying, Mike, that's a little weird. I don't know about that. Well, so I don't know what's so awkward and weird about a grown man with hand puppets. I mean, it's completely reasonable to me, and I've got a reason. It's called the announcement video. So today, I'm introducing Cowboy Russell. No. Too obvious. Cowboy George. You can tell he's a cowboy because he's got this little hat on. And he's a poet. But he doesn't represent any member in the Boulder Rotary Club. Anyway, so what are we here to talk about today, Cowboy George? RI Convention next June. June 5th through June 8th. Inspiring speakers. You will come back motivated to be an even better Rotarian. Where is it, Cowboy George? What better place in June than Houston, Texas? I've heard the weather's great. What's that? It's hotter than a blister bucket in a pepper patch? Yes, I know, but that makes no sense, Cowboy George. So anyway, President-elect Cassidy will be there, and she'll be there with her main cowboy right there on her arm. So if you're interested in going, up on the screen is the link where you can register and reach out to Mike and to Cassidy to coordinate travel plans and all kinds of fun that we'll have. June 5th to 8th, 2022, Houston, Texas, RI Convention. Thanks a lot for your help, Cowboy George. Can't wait to see who the next puppet is.
We will not be meeting next week. Hopefully, you will still be tripping on turkey tryptophan, alight with the buzz of family, friends, and loved ones, and possibly football, if that's a thing right now. We will be meeting on December 3rd when we'll hear from Gregory Young. He will talk about going to war, Pearl Harbor to Afghanistan. Till we meet again, we wish you safe travels, good to excellent food, meaningful conversations, and a very, very happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate it. See you then.
Say it really loud. Have a great weekend.
I want to leave everyone with a quote. Robert Nelson Jacobs, he is a screenwriter. He was nominated for an Academy Award for the movie Chocolat. And I ran across this in a Thanksgiving Day reader that I just kind of wanted to leave with everybody before we depart today. We can't go around measuring our goodness by what we don't do, by what we deny ourselves, what we resist, or who we exclude. I think we've got to measure goodness by what we embrace, what we create, and who we include. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.